1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Come on! Come on! Come on! Hey! Come on! Come on, baby, come on! Ow! Oh, cha, cha, cha. Come on! Come on, come on, come on!
Good evening, Stamford Musicians Group. Good evening, Facebook Live. Welcome to BandSetter Live Stream Show, episode number 3. I'm your host, Frank Tosto. Thank you for being here this evening. We've got so much to get to. First and foremost, it's my birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy to you.
By the way, that's how it should always sound. But I do want to draw your attention to something I'm doing in conjunction with my birthday. If you look at the Stamford Musicians Group Facebook page, up top near the announcement section, there is a charity that I'm hoping you'll help me support. They're called Music Cares. If you're someone in the music industry making a living doing music, you no doubt know who they are. They've been helping musicians in need and music people in need for many, many years. And so now with COVID, of course, being so top of mind, it's something that's very important. My goal is to raise $1,000 between now and next week. Halfway there almost. So with your help, hopefully we can sort of get the job done. That's number one. Number two, I want to talk a little bit about Facebook and what they're doing effective on October 1st. They are changing their policy with regards to music listening experiences. That's what they refer to anytime you or I get online and start playing cover songs or any type of entertainment for that matter. They consider those to be music listening experiences. And if you create one, they are going to clamp down on things like copyright infringements and stuff along that line. So there are some workarounds from what I understand. They are really mainly concerned about native posts, meaning that you are posting your content directly onto Facebook, much in the way that this program is being posted right this second. We're using Facebook Live to post this. But I think going forward after October 1st, the workaround, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe just from what I've read is to just post the information or the content rather, and the information on a platform like YouTube or Twitch, which brings me to my next point. We are establishing a YouTube page and a Twitch page. Do me a favor, just go on there if you could. Follow us. That would be helpful. So effective October 1, this program will be streaming on those two platforms. I will certainly link back to Facebook so that so that you'll all be in the know in the future. All right, so we've got a great show on tap this evening. We've got visits from Nick Amico in the wind-up. We have the Light Warriors. Mr. Eric Rabaska hasn't been here in a couple of weeks, maybe even a couple months now, I think about it. First-time visit from Mr. Steve Avidable, Mr. Nice Guy himself. If you don't know Steve, get to know him. Great musician, also a really super cool guy as well. And Tony Ryder will be here as well. But first, we're going to start the evening off with Ms. Barbara Ochino. And now Barbara, and I'm looking for my notes here. Here we go. Barbara is doing something, actually a couple songs for us, but the first one is Oyo Como Va, which she is performing with Project Music House Band. Now, Project Music is also a charitable organization. They do have a house band. Oyo Como Va was written by Tito Puente. You probably know Santana's version, but Tito Puente did it. Celia Cruz covered it. And Barbara, whose stylings are very, very impressive. If you've ever heard her do her jazz classics, etc., she does a lot of Spanish language material as well. She does this beautifully, and just check out the pronunciation of some of the terms, some of the words that she is singing here. A little different than Santana. So without further ado, Miss Barbara Ochino and Project Music House Band doing Oyo Como Va.
1, 2.
Oye, cómo va mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata, oye, cómo va mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata. Cuatro pasitos para frente y un meneadito cómo va, mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata, oye cómo va, mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata. Oye cómo va, mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata, oye cómo va, mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata.
Hey, Frank, happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I really did. I'm just trying to figure out why my backgrounds aren't as blue as I'd like. Hang on, let me just change the background.
All right.
There it is. That was the background I was looking for. Barbara, that was dynamite. You're playing a killer Guiro there. Is that, did I pronounce that correctly?
Guido, yeah.
Guiro?
Yeah.
Guiro. Guiro.
Correct.
Okay.
And I have a couple of some friends of mine that have visited Cuba, and they brought me back originals too.
Awesome.
Which is very, very cool. They're made out of shell, but
well,
I'm looking at that, and I was having so much fun just looking at it again because the guys were just so nice. They were great.
Well, the Latin percussion was not lost on me. I'm, I think I'm a bit of a percussionist myself, and so that was definitely great. And there's something about having what is it? I lost count, like 7 or 8 individuals playing horns there, right? Like just the power.
Oh, the sound is just. I mean, the minute I hear that percussion, and you're right, brass, and that was Ian on trumpet, and Garrett was on trombone, and they're 2 of the key people of Project Music.
Great.
But the organization gives free lessons to kids and instruments, and it's just I've supported them as much as I can.
That's awesome. So we'll definitely put a link to their organization within the body of our Facebook thing there, whatever it is, the post. But so real quick on that song, thanks for the because you reminded me that Santana did not do that originally. I kind of knew that, but I'd lost track. Like, oh wait, that's right, it was Tito Puente. And then I did a little research on that. I was like, wait a second, he borrowed it as well.
Did he really?
He absolutely did. I have it on my notes right here. I figured I'd sort of. There's a song in 1957 called Chanchulo, which Israel Lopez wrote. Ruben Gonzalez made it famous in the 70s, whatever. At least and if you listen to Chanchulo, it's got the same sound. Man. But then it sort of changes. It goes into this whole piano thing. But anyway, so awesome version. Thank you for that. You've got some. You've got
the lyrics that you heard. People said, "What the heck is that?" when they hear those other lyrics because they're only used to hearing the chorus.
Right.
Those were lyrics written by Celia Cruz for Tito Puente when they toured.
Interesting. So she sort of added her sort of flavor to that, and you took that from that. Great. So what are we going to hear next? I think it's something with you. I think Dan Schwartz is in here, and there's another gentleman playing flute, and I apologize, I don't remember. Al Brooks. Okay.
Yeah, we had a trio. It was a private party in Greenwich, and they called me out of the blue, and I said, okay, this is nice, and The interesting thing was that I think you know that I was born in Cuba. And when after we were doing the gig, when we took a break, turns out that the people that booked us, they were born in the same hometown that I was born in.
Wow.
Which was just like, what are the chances of that? Or
right. Exactly. Exactly.
So it was a really cool thing. So.
And this is the great Cuban classic, "Will You Love Me Tomorrow," written by
That's
Carole King, right?
Well, it does have a little Latin. It has that Latin rhythm to it. Yeah, the Carole King. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and play. This is Barbara, Dan Schwartz, and Al Brooks playing "Will You Love Me Tomorrow," the classic Carole King. Jerry, is it? What was her husband's name? Is it Goffin? Jerry Goffin? Yeah, I won't say Goffin, but okay, here we go. Hang out, Barbara. We'll come right back to you.
Okay.
Tonight you're mine completely. You give your love so sweetly. Tonight the light of love is in your eyes. But will you love me tomorrow? Is this a lasting treasure, or just a moment's pleasure? Can I believe the magic of your sighs? Will you still love me tomorrow? Tonight with words unspoken, you say that I'm the only one. But will my heart be broken when the night meets the morning sun? I'd like to know that your love is love I can be sure of. So tell me now, and I won't ask again. Will you still love me tomorrow? Tonight with words unspoken, you say that I'm the only one. But will my heart be broken when the night meets the morning sun? I'd like to know that your love is love I can be sure of. So tell me now, and I won't ask again. Will you still love me tomorrow? Will you still love me tomorrow? Will you still love me tomorrow?
All right, that was pretty, very, very pretty. That was great. So was that recent?
Yeah, that was in in July, the end of July.
Okay.
So yeah, both
You
of
know.
those are recent. The other one was in August. So we're all doing very limited, gigs now,
Sure.
right? So
Well, speaking of gigs, you've got a couple of things
yes,
coming up. September 25th, you're doing the Royal Green at Sterling Farms. That's a charity event for Curtain Call Theater, and that is an outdoor thing. You have got to call ahead and get reservations because they're obviously socially distancing everyone. But that should be fun, and that actually includes. Does that include Dan Schwartz as well and Al Brooks, or no?
that one I have Jim Olbris.
Okay,
on
that's right.
guitar, and Steve Clark is on bass. Jim Clark is on saxophone and probably multiple instruments,
Right.
and Luis Ebert on drums, and then me on vocals. So, but I'm going to really feature the guys because they're just such excellent musicians. That
Awesome.
it'll be about them.
And then on October 20th, you're playing over at the Villa Italia, which is right in downtown, essentially right outside of downtown. I guess it's still considered downtown.
It is
Stamford,
downtown,
where
yeah.
the old, is it? It's in the Hampton Inn, right? Correct?
Correct. It's on the across from the park, Mill River Park, right on Mill River Road there, and it's on the bottom level. But they've invested in heat, the outdoor heaters, so that people can sit outside in the patio and enjoy it. And I haven't been there. I used to be there every month, but last time I performed there was in March.
That's
And,
awesome. That's awesome. It's nice to see things are starting to, at least get re-engaged. And by the way, so you're playing with Carmine Marino there. Is that right?
That's right.
So
That's good, Frank. Thank you.
Right. I have my staff is putting together my notes here.
Yeah.
So that's great, Barbara. Thank you again. As always, you're always a pleasure to have on. You always have a big smile on your face. We really appreciate you joining us. And those two songs were excellent. We need more of that. And so, hopefully, for those of you at home that want to check out Barbara and her gig on the 25th, just call ahead. Make sure you get your reservations in Royal Green at Sterling Farms for an event that is a charitable event for Curtain Call Theater Company. Again, Barbara Gino, thank you again. Always a pleasure to see you.
Same here, Frank. Happy
Be well.
birthday.
Yeah, thank you very much. Be well. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks. Have a good one.
Right. Barbara, always great to see you. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a snafu happening because our next guests are supposed to be here, and they're apparently having some issues with their connectivity to me. So we're going to bring in this gentleman who's making a first-time appearance on this show. A guy that I've only recently gotten to know, and not through music. Interestingly enough, we only got to know each other through bicycles. Mr. Steve Avitable, how you doing?
Hello, sir. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for finally being able to, we've talked about this over the last several months, and Steve, you've got a very busy schedule, so I certainly appreciate you coming on this evening. And
always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, no, it was great. I do recall our first bike ride together. We do that Tuesday. It's the Tuesday night jam, like the Freeze Park Jam group that has a Facebook page. And unfortunately, Freeze Park didn't happen this year because of the obvious. And so it's Scotty and Dave Lindsay and Chuck Chesler and a bunch of others who get together every Saturday and ride bikes.
Yeah. It's a good bunch of folks, and everyone's got a good attitude. And then I think David is the impetus behind that, if I'm not mistaken. David kind of really made this.
Yeah. Well, those guys ride like, so that, and I know Barry Ulrich is part of that. And like, they actually ride like on Wednesdays and like Thursday. Like I'm doing, like, I'm a weekend warrior rider. Like I'll show up on Saturdays, and that's the extent of my,
You and me both in that extent. Yeah. Although I have been riding with, I think you're familiar with Rory Gordon.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Rory just actually called me up a while ago. He's trying to do a little more riding. So he and I are going to be meeting at Waveney Park in New Canaan to ride tomorrow. And
nice.
I'll extend an official invitation to you if you're doing
sure.
nothing around 5 o'clock.
Unfortunately, yeah, I do. I bowl on Tuesday afternoons. So
you're
I'm
the man, my friend.
I'm totally kidding. All right, so we're gonna you've done a really nice job on. I hope I can find your video. I know it's here. Here it is. Okay, this is you essentially by yourself doing a nice version. And by the way, for the folks that don't know you, you are a professional musician. This is what you do for a living.
Mhm.
You are a music therapist, or you help me out, help us out a
Well,
little
my
bit.
official title is music therapist.
Okay, great.
music specialist. Excuse me. That's an
Okay.
uncertified music therapist. That's what that is.
Okay. Well,
Sounds a little
that's
more dramatic than it is, but it's actually pretty cool.
well. I mean, it's you know, we it's always a pleasure to have folks on the show that do it every day of their lives. You know, for many of us are hobbyists, and myself included. I do this when I can. You know, so to have somebody like yourself who does this literally every, you know, this is how you sort of make a living. It's always a pleasure to have you, and
thank
have
you.
folks like yourself. All right, so let's go ahead and play this now. Steve, this is a vertical video, very much the way you're shot right now. Notice that my frame is full and your
Yep.
frame is kind of skinny. Okay, that's a vertical video. So what happens when I play vertical videos is you and I are actually in the background. So I'm going to bring up your video first and then pop us out, and then it'll just be you by yourself, right?
Okay, great.
All right, good. So here's Steve Venable doing The Boxer. You guys know the song. Here we go.
I am just a poor boy, though my story's seldom told. I have squandered my resistance for a pocket full of mumbles, such are promises. All lies in jest, still a man hears what he wants to hear, and he disregards the rest. When I left my home and my family, I was no more than a boy in the company of strangers, in the quiet of a railway station, running scared and laying low, seeking out the poorer quarters where the ragged people go, seeking for the places only they would know. Lie-la-lie, 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 lie-la-lie. Lie, 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 lie. Asking only workmen's wages, I come looking for a job, but I get no offers. Just to come on from the girls on 7th Avenue. And I do declare, there were times when I was so lonesome, I took some comfort there. Lie, 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 lie. Now I'm laying out my winter clothes and I'm wishing I was gone, going home, where the New York City winters aren't bleeding me, defeating me. In the clearing stands a boxer, he's a fighter by his trade, and he carries a reminder of every glove that laid him down or cut him, until he cried out in his anger and his shame, I am leaving, but the fighter still remains. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie.
That was sweet. Thank you,
Why,
Steve.
thank you, man.
That was a hey. Let me just get there. You go. That's now it's back to us. It's
man.
just Steve and Frank. Is it Steve? Is it Steven? Do you go formally by Steven?
Nah, either one. Either one.
All right. Okay. All right. But I'm like, hey, Steve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no, Frank, it's Steven. So now every once in a while I'll run into you and you'll say, oh yeah, I'm playing here and I'm playing there, and every once in a while you'll pop up and you're playing somewhere. You're like, anything on tap over the next month or so? You got any gigs lined up or anything want to
There's
promote?
a few coming up, mostly private, but there's one up at the Windmill up in Stratford with my friend Bill Lopez, who's a
Nice.
fellow keyboard player, although he's a little ailing these days, so I'm not
Okay.
sure if he'll probably be singing. He's got a very good voice, and probably have either another keyboard player or a guitarist or something, and I'm not sure what I'll be playing on that. And that's this Friday. And then there's one on October 16th that I'll probably be posting, and that's one I'm pretty happy with because to make a long story as short as possible, my friend Greg Hanna and I, who's a guitarist from the Milford area, we used to play a gig up in Stratford every Tuesday for 5 years, and it was a lot of fun. It was a jam that we did, and we haven't had a chance to work since June of 2019.
Wow.
Maybe one or two gigs here and there. So I finally managed to book us a gig at the Clubhouse Grill in Norwalk over at the Oak Hills Golf Course, and that's going to be October 16th. And I'm really looking forward to working with Greg again. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Steve, the good news is that you're sort of citing a few gigs. Barbara mentioned a few gigs that she has. Our next guests have a few gigs. Things are getting back on track, and that's the good news. Cross our fingers. Hopefully, it's sustainable. I know that we've got a winter ahead of us, and we all have to be extra careful, etc. But I think that restaurant owners and bar owners, if you will, if you want to refer to them as bar owners, are starting to recognize that there's a way to do this, and ultimately that'll sort of lead to better things. So, Steve, thank you for that, and thanks for sharing that information, and thank you again for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I hope, yeah, we try to do this every other week or so. So if you're around and you want to record a few more tunes, love to have you back, man.
Absolutely. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you, Steve Avitable, and check him out this week in October. Was it 20th? Is that what you said?
October 16th.
Yeah. 16th. Okay. I'll get it down. All right. Take care, Steve. Be well and be safe. Bye-bye. All right, Steve, I cut him off. I accidentally cut him off. That's because I was trying to rush to get these two guys. Hey, Adam, and that's Adam. Your microphone is off. Your microphone. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can tell because there's a big. Yeah, there you go. So, Adam, introduce the gentleman to your right.
This is Alex. He's the new percussion /
okay,
in this fantastic musical collaboration.
Yeah, and I've heard the best things about your show, and I'm so honored to be on there.
Well, thank you. Why are you saying he is saying it with a straight face? So thank you, Alex. That was very nice of you. Really about my show?
I
got a poker face. Come on.
Well, you're damn good at it. That's for sure. All right, you guys, we were just talking to Steve about a gig that they're doing, that he's doing, actually a couple of gigs he's doing. You guys have something to promote, and we've got a kind of an idea of what you'll be playing. But tell me, Adam, about what's happening and when it's happening.
So it's the downtown Norwalk. It's DJ Ryan's Bank House.
Okay.
It's like a music series there every other Friday during the summer and early fall. So I'm playing. We've got Seth Adam that we're opening for, right?
Yeah, Seth Adams, one of them. He's a really gifted New Haven guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're psyched to be opening for that guy and hear him play too. And it's a great gig. I did it last year, and Bobby D is awesome. He puts together a really nice night of music. So that's at 5:30 we go on Friday. So come on Norwalk.
I'm sorry. So that's this coming Friday?
Yeah, September 18th.
Okay. September 18th. Okay, got it. That's my wife's birthday.
I mean, with everything that's going on, I'm grateful to just play drums, play music, live life. I love the fact that I'm playing Friday night. It's going to be a great outside venue, and that's that.
Yeah.
I mean, I by the way, I echo that sentiment 100%. It is, we've been at this now since March. We have had this show since March. And for the first 3 or 4 months, it was all about when do you think it's, things are going to turn around, et cetera. And this was originally called a virtual open mic. And the reason it existed as a virtual open mic is because we didn't really have any other live venues to sort of do what we do, right? And then I shifted away from that because I just realized that things are starting to open back up. And then, as you guys have attested to, this Friday you guys are playing out. Steve was playing out. Barbara is playing out. People are playing out. So we stopped calling this the open mic because it was unnecessary. So now this is just a show, just a show. So all right. So Adam, tell us.
It's a great show, Frank.
Well, thank you for that. All right. So tell us what we're going to be watching and hearing.
So we're starting right now with just me playing acoustic and singing, and Alex is doing percussion. It's kind of cool, a cross between like the traditional like African hand percussion and then like snares and cymbals. So it's
nice.
Cool. And then we're going to be doing some of my originals, and then we're throwing a few covers in for fun. So this is one of the songs that I wrote for the record that I'm working on.
Okay.
And I've been wanting to send you a clip of the song for a long time, but I wanted to have the drums, the percussion that is so necessary. And so I'm really excited that you get to hear this collaboration because Alex nails it. And I love this tape.
And, the thing is love, right? So my girlfriend's Jamaican. No, I play drums. I play from my heart. I play like Santana, Allman Brothers. I play from the heart. And that's it. That's
awesome.
it.
I think it sounds good.
That's it.
So you guys decide. I hope you like this song.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the name of it?
It's called So Long.
So Long. All right. So this is Adam and Alex doing So Long, and hang out, guys. We'll come right back to you guys.
Thanks.
Love you, bro.
So long. Hey.
Wow, that ending snuck up on us, didn't it? It's like,
Hey.
wow. That was cool, man. Cool. Nice side. Nice vibe. Nice vibe. I love that.
Thank you.
And that is that.
Like little slipped in rock and roll like middle 8 there.
No, I dig it. I dig it. It's got sort of it's kind of reminiscent of I guess late 70s, early 80s, sort of that sort of kind of moody groove to it. You know, would you agree with that? I mean, you know, it's got a really nice vibe to it. And that is you know, I know Adam, in the past you've been on, and those are essentially that's your style of music. That's kind of what you like. You know, that's where you live, right?
Yeah, totally. But I mean, like, you know, I have a diverse palette. I mean, we were just jamming Africa earlier because, you know,
Toto.
But yeah, mostly I'm like a, you know, alt rock, indie rock, kind of punk, you know, late 70s into the
early 80s. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah. And some 90s as well. But yeah, for the most part, that's kind of where it lived. So thanks. That was awesome. So this Friday, you guys will, what time you said you go on at 5:30?
5:30. Oh, and I need to say that my son Henry filmed that video with all the cool motion. So
I was gonna. I know that wasn't a still. It wasn't a single location. Somebody was you know.
got it
kudos,
so.
kudos to Henry. He did a nice job. Nice job.
Hey,
so,
yeah, 5:30 on Friday. BJ Ryan.
5:30 Friday. I gotta say, man, you know, I'm so honored to be on your show. I've heard great things, and this is great.
Yeah, well, this is great. Thank you, Alex. That was very nice of you to say. Adam, thank you again. I unfortunately I won't be able to be there Friday night. It's my wife's birthday, unfortunately, and I don't know if I can get her to. She's not. You know, it's funny. You know, I love her. You know, but she's not the most. She doesn't love live music, which is one of the reasons. That's why it works, right? She doesn't.
Oh, sorry, Frank. I almost forgot. Happy birthday to you.
Please. Let it go. Yeah, by the way, I'm 30. I'm 33, so thank you. I appreciate that. All right, guys. We'll say good evening to you guys. Have a great gig. Hopefully I'll see you next time, and be well, be safe, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks for having us, Frank.
All right, guys. Take care. All right, Adam and Alex. Again, check them out at BJ Ryan's this Friday, starting at 5:30. All right. So who is on deck? Oh, here we go. Miss Laura Badzellic. How you doing, Laura?
I'm doing well. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you very much. Very nice of you to say. And remember, even though I mentioned it 40 times between the start of the show, yeah, I can't avoid it. By the way, I can still hear myself a little bit. Can you turn me down a little bit? Is it possible?
Is this better?
1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it sounds great. Laura,
right.
how you doing?
No, I'm doing great.
Yep.
I've been promoting, different things. I think I told you I'm in a magazine this month, September issue of Integrity magazine in the UK.
Ooh,
So,
Integrity. That's the name of the magazine.
Yeah.
Well, then there you go,
And
man. You made it.
I gave a shout out to you though to this group. So
So now
you guys were the ones who built me up here.
So then then by virtue of association, I also have integrity.
That's right. Exactly.
Because people, I won't mention names. Some folks say you have no integrity, but apparently they're wrong.
What?
I have plenty of integrity. I'm just kidding. And I'm in the magazine. I'm in the magazine.
That's right.
So you sent in a few tracks. One is called International. Another one is called In Your Arms Tomorrow.
Right.
Which would you like to lead us off with?
Let's start with the bilingual one, In Your Arms
International.
Tomorrow. Yeah. No, it's called In Your Arms Tomorrow, En tus brazos mañana.
So I'm sorry, international is not bilingual. I knew that.
I know they both kind of lend to that theme. So if you really want the other one, you can play it first. Though.
No, you know what? It's your they're your songs, and we want to make sure that we do them in the order that you like. So it's In Your Arms Tomorrow. This is Laura Badzellic, and hang out. Laura will come right back to you, and here we go. Wow, that was great. And so we should mention, so what you're hearing is you playing live piano and then your backing track, which you recorded, because these are songs from your album,
Yes,
right? So
exactly.
your backing track is sort of playing through a speaker, not necessarily here, but kind of in the background a little bit, right? So we talked a little bit about this. We're going to try to bring those tracks forward because they're awesome tracks, and
Thank
so we
you.
can kind of hear it. So the next song is called International, right? This is the right one, right? All right. Tell us about this, and what do we? Tell us about what we're gonna hear here.
Oh, you mean the last song or the current one they're going to play? I guess both. The last one, the last one, talking about the tracks, it has a live trumpet on it. And it
I heard it. That's what
it
I was.
has everything. I mean, I just hired like really solid musicians, so I can't wait to perfect that. And I thank you so much for guiding me with that. For discussion about that. But yeah, the next song is called International. Believe it or not, speaking about instruments, it has a mandolin on it, an electric mandolin.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which I love that sound. And electric guitar as well. And it has a very classic rock kind of feel. It's really about a mixture of my childhood growing up. I grew up in Stamford and Greenwich, mostly Greenwich, but I had a lot of neighbors from different countries and schoolmates. So it talks about my foundation, meeting new people from different countries and really forming bonds. And then, now as an adult, I've continued that tradition. As you know me pretty well now. Like I speak different languages, and I'm traveling, and I'm very much, I go back and forth between Europe and here. So that's what the song's about. It's about not so much concentrating on books or texts to learn everything necessarily, although I love books. It's about traveling, and we can't do it so much now with COVID-19, but getting out there and getting to know cultures and people and starting new friendships and all that.
Awesome. So this is Laura Budzelik. This is a song called International. Hang out, Laura. We'll come right back to you.
When I was a child, I knew that one day I would travel this diverse and open world. I used to ask my friends to teach me words from their own countries, and I still do this, of course. I am international, singing songs about the world, finding paths across the lands, so that we all understand, so that we all understand. Now that I have spent some time abroad, my friend, I can tell you it's worth what you must spend. Sometimes there are things that books can't convey, so you must learn the ways that comprehend. I am international, singing songs about the world, finding paths across the lands, so that we all understand, so that we all understand. I am international, singing songs about the world, finding paths across the lands, so that we all understand, so that we all understand, so that we all understand.
Wow, that was great. You're classically trained, right?
Yeah, but that's
Okay,
obviously a belting style that I just.
Man, it's beautiful. You really kind of nailed that note. So we're hearing my voice in echo again.
Oh, I don't know. Let me
All
just
right.
lower the volume. I was trying to hear the music. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
Guaranteed.
What's that?
I said guaranteed. Yes, if you did that, it's better.
Yeah.
So
I added the keyboards. They weren't in the original song.
Okay.
But since I wanted to be a part of the, the actual creation of the video more with the instruments, I did that.
Yeah, awesome. That was great stuff. So definitely we'll look forward to hearing more from you, and hopefully as I mentioned earlier, the show goes every other week, so we've got a little time to kind of work on some things, and hopefully we'll have you back.
Yes, for
Yeah,
sure.
you'll join us. We'd love to have you.
Of course, Frank.
Right. Terrific, Laura. Thank you as always. Be safe, be well, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Happy birthday.
All right,
Take care.
thank you very much.
So
Bye-bye. All right, that's Laura Budzelik, and let me just let's see who we have on deck here. This guy.
Hey,
Matt. Last time we had you on at somewhere around 11 o'clock. So welcome to prime time.
Variety is the spice of life. So here we are.
I've always said this. One of the challenges of the show is trying to balance who goes when, et cetera. And like, if I had my druthers, everybody would go at like, whatever, 8:45, whatever. Like everybody would go one time. But you have to sort of space things out. And and I've said this over and over and over. My favorite part of the show is the after the 10 o'clock hour, like between 10 and 11 is just sometimes 11:30. I'm just like hanging out, feeling fun and groovy and all that stuff. And you've been party to that, so thank you for being there. But all right, so Matt, you are always good for a few excellent songs. This week, actually, you're doing something we heard 2 weeks ago from someone else. So this is going to be interesting to hear you doing your version of this. This is Peace, Love, and Understanding. What's So Funny? An Elvis Costello song written by Nick Lowe. You are a bigger Nick Lowe fan, am I correct?
Yeah, huge Nick Lowe fan.
You got both of his albums? I'm kidding.
I definitely, was more familiar with it, but I did listen to the Nick Lowe version, sort of as I was wrapping my head around the song. So I was like, I might as well go to the source. It's great.
No, it's a great version. You can see why Elvis Costello sort of said, you know what, I want to, they were buddies, but I want to sort of take this and make it my own. And he obviously adds a little crunch to it and sort of his own stylings. But at the end of the day, the song is a song. It's a great song. It's an important message, and it's a message that continues to reverberate to this day. So why don't we go ahead and I'll be quiet and we'll play Matt doing What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding. Hang out with us, Matt. We'll come right back to you.
All right.
As I walk through this wicked world, searching for light in the darkness of insanity, I ask myself, is all hope lost? Is there only pain and hatred and misery? And each time I feel like this inside, there's one thing I want to know. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? As I walk on through troubled times, my spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. So where are the strong? And who are the trusted? And where is the harmony, sweet harmony? 'Cause each time I feel it slipping away, it just makes me wanna cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Ooh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? the strong? And who are the trusted? And where is the harmony, sweet harmony? 'Cause each time I feel it slipping away, it just makes me wanna cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Ooh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding?
You know, I should have mentioned, nice, a really groovy shirt you're wearing.
You like that shirt? I was gonna say something about it.
Well, you know, I'm happy you were able to, you know, finally receive it, and you look good. You sounded good, so that's, you know, hey, fait accompli. You're done, man.
Thank you.
You're all set for the,
I'm hitting on all
for the big time. For the big time. Next one is Harvest Moon, which is obviously a classic. You're one of your favorite artists because you have played songs from Neil Young in the past. Any particular reason for this song? Is it something you've done for a long, long time?
No, actually, I have done it for a long time. When that album came out, I learned the song and I used to play it with my friends, and they'd be sweeping the floor.
I'll tell you, man, it's a great song. When somebody starts to play it, people they perk up. Like, hey, wait, I know that song, right? So let's go ahead and play it. This is Matt McDonald doing Harvest Moon. Here we go.
All right.
Come a little bit closer, hear what I have to say. Just like children sleeping, we can dream this night away. There's a full moon rising, let's go dancing in the light. We know where the music's playing, let's go out and feel the night. Cause I'm still in love with you, I wanna see you dance again. Cause I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon. When we were strangers, I watched you from afar. When we were lovers, I loved you with all my heart. But now it's getting late, and the moon is climbing high. I want to celebrate bright. See it shining in your eye. Because I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon.
That was sweet. Really nice job, man. Your
Thank
guitar
you.
sounded awesome. Your voice sounded.
Thank you.
By the way, I've said this before. You're this like vocal doppelganger for a handful of artists. Ray Davies being one of them, and now apparently Neil Young. I mean, you even have the inflections and you're like the how he kind of does that thing.
Yeah. He enunciates the R's and sometimes.
Not his fault.
I'm trying to emulate that.
He probably talked that way.
Yeah.
Right, that's a Canadian.
He's Canadian.
So anyway, Matt, thanks as always. It was you hit it out of the park. We appreciate you coming out. On week after. Well, I should say every other week. It used to be week after week, but yeah, always welcome, and we look forward to the next time you're on. All right, man. Take care.
You.
All right.
Yeah.
Take care.
All
That's
right.
Matt
Thank you. Happy birthday,
thank you
Frank.
very much. And by the way, real quick, just a quick mention, as long as you wish me a happy birthday, I just want to remind people that on the Facebook page, the Stamford Musicians Group Facebook page, there is a charitable organization that I was hoping some of you can assist me with. It's Music Cares. Music Cares is an organization that does, and I mentioned this at the earlier part of the show, but I might as well mention it again. Music Cares is an organization that helps musicians in need. Actually, the way I think their website reads, it's music people in need, which means obviously an extended family. So if you're interested in checking them out, at least minimally, or if you can help us sort of raise a few bucks for them, certainly it's a worthy cause. But Matt, thank you again, and we'll see you soon, man.
All right. Thanks, Frank.
Take care, bud. Who do we have here? Oh my goodness! Look at these guys. This is the real deal. This is now Nick. You're going to have to do us a favor and introduce your fellow friends here.
Surely, awesome. So I guess top right you have Pat, who's currently playing bass.
That's Pat right there. Okay.
Up there, and then to
I can't
my
do it.
right, Brady Munstyle. Here we go. We've got Gio, who plays drums.
Nick, no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Can we high five?
Well, I don't think so.
Oh.
Well, he's
dude.
My high five.
So formally, you are known as the Wind Up Nick. We've been hearing about the band for quite some time. You've been about what, about 6 months in the making. So ballpark, help us out, fill in some.
Yeah, I mean, we had our first like gig that we were like, hey, it was just like a birthday thing in March, and then finally, and then we said, all right, well, pandemic's happening, like everything's on hold, and finally we decided on a band name. At that time, we didn't even have a band name, anything, and then in mid-July, it was like now almost it's about a month that we've been working on this as officially the Wind Up, with the Instagram and the Facebook, and trying to do these digital gigs, and we just did one in person actually for the first time, an acoustic gig.
Yep.
And so the footage that you're going to see here is from a digital gig that we did last weekend.
Okay, and so just first of all, Pat, thank you for joining us, and Gio, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, man.
I've not met Pat. I've met Gio over at Frank DeAndrea's place, and we have sort of waved each other and said hello in the past. And so welcome to the show. I'm sure Nick has told you we do this every couple of weeks or so, kind of a local thing. So it's always a pleasure to have folks that are relatively local to us perform on the show. And so you got a couple of tracks here, and this is from the digital gig, quote unquote, your words, a digital gig you did last week. You got Who Cried Run and Crown. Which would you like to play first, Nick?
Let's do Who Cried Run. I think we've played this on the last BandSetter as well too, but it was all fuzzed out and electric. So wanted to get a like it's just so loud with a phone recording. So this recording is a little bit clearer, and I'm excited to show you the electric or the acoustic set.
Okay.
I think it sounds really nice this way.
All right, awesome. So here we've got Nick, Pat, and Gio, the wind up doing Who Cried Run. Here we go.
All right, for sure. This first song we're going to play is a song called Who Cried Run. Ready?
I'm sorry. You freaked your roadie out.
I know. I didn't see it coming, and all of a sudden I stopped. I was like, "Oh no!" She was okay. She was okay emotionally after that as well. So it's all good.
Hey man, that's a life of the dog of a rock star.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what happened, right? By the way, I have to commend you. Not only is the song terrific, you guys did a nice vocal job, and Pat, you did a great job on bass, etc. But you had a nice balanced sound. I mean, how do you? I can't do that on my best day. We balance it all out so that you can hear Nick clearly, we can hear Gio clearly, and Pat clearly. I mean, how did you? I mean, you must have mapped it out.
I think we just had a good sense of it. I mean, Pat, did a good job of balancing the amp. We're actually running it through my Fender. It's not even a bass amp, and it just sounded great. And Gio's just consummate professional.
Part planning, part luck. It was outdoors, so we were trying to do the best that we could. So trying to get the best sound. We just did a couple recording clips, adjusted that, bass got to go up, vocal Nick, you got to sing a little louder, stuff like that. But it was We did the best we could.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier when you're doing it acoustic because I just had to adjust the amp and the rest is just there, you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you're right. I mean, I noticed that Nick, you weren't using a mic. You were it was just your pure vocal strength and backed by these two gentlemen. So, all right, so let's play the Crown. Is it Crown or is it the Crown? It's just Crown,
Just
right?
Just Crown.
All right, so here it is. Again, the wind up. Nick, Gio, Pat doing Crown acoustic. Here we go.
All right. Hashtag relatable. Yeah. All right. You want to lead us off, Pat?
Sure, bud.
All right. Back that crown, long way down, but it's up there now. You back that crown, long way down, but it's all fair now.
That's a big crowd, big crowd. Hey,
What's going on with the? I'm sorry for the video on that. I was like, that's not an effect. That's just the software I used, just completely crapping it.
Well, listen, I thought it was on my end. I'm like tapping my monitor and stuff. Like, what am I doing wrong? But it sounds great. So I mean, isn't that half the? Plus, I was going to commend you on the visual effect that you threw in there. That was kind of retro, you know.
Yeah,
totally meant to happen that way. 100%.
Yeah, it was intentional. It's like a VHS type of situation.
Right.
Totally professional.
Market for that. So do you guys have anything coming up in terms of any outdoor? I know you did something on Friday or last week or whatever. Anything out like that on the horizon? Hello?
Yeah, I mean, right now we've got a.
What does that sound?
What's that noise?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Is it me?
Sounds like somebody's typing. It might be somebody backstage typing.
All right, so then let me mute everybody backstage. I can't figure out who it is. Doesn't matter. All right, let's just talk. Doesn't matter.
So
I got it. I think I might have.
In terms of, we don't really have too many live shows booked. The main thing we're focusing on right now is we're going to be heading into the studio pretty soon to release an EP finally. So that's where most of our focus has been going right now.
That's great stuff. Well, you guys have a great sound. I really thoroughly enjoyed the harmonies as well. You guys sound great as a three-piece band. So we're looking forward to more stuff from you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us on, Frank. Again, happy birthday. This is awesome.
Appreciate it.
All right. Take it easy.
Yo, Matt, the wind-up. Take care, guys. All right. As we slowly. All right. You know, I had a nice little segue I could have done, but I figured it'd be funner to just have people pop off. This was the segue I was going to play, but then I forgot. But you know what I mean? Anyway, Tony, Victoria.
Hey. Happy birthday, Frank.
Victoria, thank you, Tony. Thanks for joining us this evening. Excited to see what you have on tap for us, Tony. I had nothing to do with anything you had on tap, so
I know it's yeah.
So we'll let everyone in on the secret. So Tony and I have pizza every once in a while, and whenever Tony comes over for pizza, I'm like, hey, wait, let me get the recorder and see if we can record a few songs. And so Tony's like, all right, okay, darn it, I'll do one. And so we have, I think, a brand new song from you.
Yeah, yes.
We're going to start with that first, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, cool. Take us through. What is this? When did you write it? What is it about? You don't have to get too personal if you want to sort of just leave out some of the details, but help tell us what we're going to be hearing.
What did I say it's called? Not Going Anywhere. Yeah. It's
brand new song.
So it's kind of, there's nothing like a good old fashioned love song, unrequited love. But this is really about, and it'll kind of tie into the second video that you and I did together. It's really about longing for that sort of a peace of mind, and there's some good. I felt some good imagery, some good symbolism. Red dress being one, which sort of represents this sort of passive flowing moments, and so it's really more about mental health than anything else.
All right. Well, appreciate that. And Victoria, can you do me a favor, Tony? Could you just tilt the camera a little bit so we can see Victoria? There she is. There she is. Looking lovely as always. Thank you, Victoria. Thanks for joining us this evening. So we're going to go ahead and listen to Tony doing a song called Not Going Anywhere. Tony Ryder by himself on my patio, by the way. I had the distinction, the pleasure of recording you. So here we go, Tony.
Thank you.
And hang out. We'll come right back to you.
All right.
Walk into the moonlight, stumbling to my car. No, I'm not going anywhere. I don't know where you are. Getting cigarettes and confidence. No regrets if we go a bit too far. drinks, watch all the people stare. She said I would never do that. I asked her, are we playing truth or dare? And I'm wondering where she is tonight, wishing I was there. Walk around the house of cards, just looking for the heart. Place for me to make my way, get a brand new start, new start. Walk into the moonlight, stumbling to my car. No, I'm not going anywhere. No, I'm not going anywhere. Well, I'm not going anywhere. Cause I'm wondering where she is tonight, wishing I was there.
Yeah. Dynamite, man. Dynamite. That was great.
Thank you.
That was great. That was, you know, it's funny when I'm sitting there recording it, right? And I'm just paying attention to the levels and stuff. I'm not actually listening to the song. So, you know, here's a kind of a news flash. I don't actually always listen to the song the first time around. And I just really, for the first time, I sat back and listened to all of it. That was beautiful. Some really nice imagery in that song.
Thank you.
Really,
Thanks.
heartfelt. So right there. All right. So So our next song is something you and I worked on.
Yes.
You were kind enough to join me on this because I had thrown it out thinking you were going to kind of poo-poo it, but you were very receptive to it.
Oh no, it's great. It's fantastic.
The reason I thought you because I mean, look, you are someone that has a lot of you've got an eclectic palette of artists that you sort of listen to. Townes Van Zandt, a lot of guys that like are not necessarily mainstream, but you know, we were talking about the Cocktail Twins the other day.
Yeah.
I mean,
we listened to the Cocktail Twins all night.
All night. Like, well, that's a first for me, anyway. So
Cocktail Twins, Townes Van Zandt to Tom.
So when I said to Tony, I'm like, hey, any interest in doing some Tom Petty? And I just kind of thought you would be like, yeah, you know, I'm not the right guy, but you rose to the occasion. I mean, I know you're a huge Tom Petty fan. I understand, Victoria, you are as well. So hopefully you enjoyed
his concerts.
Yeah, I hopefully you I don't know if you had a chance to listen to this, but you enjoyed the version of the song that we did. So if you know, without further, I'm just going to go ahead and play it. I mean, this is I Won't Back Down, but it's sort of done. We took it from a Tom Petty, I guess, live compilation. I think it's called American Treasures, which is their box set of all of his live stuff. And he did it very, you know, because it's such a beautiful song. in its very rust sense, right? And so he just did it acoustically with just him and a couple of instruments. So we tried to sort of do that justice, and this is us putting our best effort forward on Won't Back Down. Tony,
I think it's a great effort. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And right back at you. So we'll let the folks decide at home. Here we go. This is Tony and Frank. Won't Back Down.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. I'm gonna stand my ground. Won't be turned around. And I'll keep this world from dragging me down. Gonna stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground. I won't back down. Well, I know what's right. I got just one life in a world that keeps on pushing me around, but I'll stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground. I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I won't back down. And hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
You know I was going to do that.
Yeah.
Man, that was awesome, man. Seriously,
That was so much fun. Thank you. Yeah.
We have a lot of fun. It's just always fun just hanging out and drinking a beer and eating pizza. But it's also cool when you do songs like that and kind of, you made it your own, and I was happy to be part of it. So thank you again for joining me on that,
Thank
Tony.
you.
And
Thank you.
Victoria, hopefully we did. You liked it, okay, Victoria?
I loved it. Yes, I've heard it a few times already, and I love it every time more. Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. You guys are awesome. And let's do this again, Tony. We'll keep it going,
Yeah,
man.
please.
All right,
Yeah.
brother.
Happy birthday, Frank.
Well, thank you very much. Take care, guys. It was great to see you. All right. All right. So let's say good evening to both Tony and Victoria. And I'm not even sure who's on deck here. Oh, you know what? Oh, you know, they're back. They're back. Your mic's on mute. Your mic's on mute. You're mute. Oh, Jesus. Hang on. Let me see if I can. Maybe it's me. Nope. Oh, there you go. I had muted your mics, guys.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Frank. Woo, yeah. Woo. 60, baby. You look great. Make it look good. I want to be like you when I grow up, buddy.
By the way, that was really funny, by the way. I am so laughing.
Thank you. Thank you.
You posted that, I think, on Facebook.
And we have
like,
this
hey.
Kate with us. It's her first appearance on tonight.
Hi, Kate.
So, yeah.
Kate, you've been a great supporter of the show. Thank you very much for being part of it. It's always been.
Enjoying it. Now she's come to the dark side.
Yes,
I know. She's like, oh, let me. Now, once again, Dennis, nobody can see you.
I know.
There you go. There you go. All right. Now you're back. Now you're back.
No, still can't see me.
Now he's fine. I can see everyone now. With the exception of, I can't see Joey. I can see Tommy. I can see Guy. There you go. Now you guys must be watching this on a huge monitor. That's all I can think of. So it's by the way, I love your so it's alternate universe ID and the Brit.
And the Brit.
Why couldn't you just include? Why couldn't you include Kate as part of alternate universe?
We love her.
It's a penguin.
Why couldn't we just include Kate as part of the alternate universe ID? Because that's a thing. It's not a game. It's a thing.
Well, be careful the suggestions you make, Frank, because we usually take it to heart and run with them. So,
Kate, you can.
The whole training yet.
Kate's got the tambourine on deck, right? She could do Tracy from the Brady Bunch. Yeah. I mean the Partridge Family. All right.
Help.
So you guys have done, and each week you or each other week, whatever it is, you guys sort of up your game a bit and try something a little bit more challenging. This is clearly challenging. Joey, we can't see you. You're completely
I'm
off.
trying to get a picture.
Come on in. Come in.
Completely off camera. There you go.
Hi, guys.
I knew Joey was there. And the reason I mentioned Joey is because you start the song off. So this is something we I know this is aired elsewhere, and I'm very proud and happy to still air it here.
Thank you.
So take us through this. What prompted you guys to do it? Whose idea was it? Who said yes first?
It was Kate's idea. Yeah.
All right. So it's Kate's idea. What was the next step after that?
I get lost in this part, guys.
I thought that Tommy was crazy for even attempting to sing the song, but did a great job with it.
Yeah.
And it was fun for me. We haven't done anything along these lines yet.
Yeah, so it comes down to, what do you guys know? What do you think we want to do, and what do you think we can try, and what can we pull off? And then we kind of tried it and said, okay, I guess it works, and then Dennis does his magic, and the production works, and we actually kind of sound off. Okay. It works out.
Great job lining it up, really.
Yeah.
All right, so let's clue everybody in. This is Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Excuse me. I remember the first time I saw this, I was literally blown away. I hadn't seen anything that raw and that powerful. Certainly, and the video itself sort of complemented that whole sound and just their look and their feel, etc. So this is and I already watched this video several times. I was impressed with it. So without further ado, before you guys get too goofy over there, what are you doing?
Mike's bringing Bear back.
You have to act like alternate universe ID, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and all right. Crazy good. All right, here we go. Alternate universe ID, Smells Like Teen Spirit. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Do it.
And I forget just what I taste. Oh yeah, I guess it makes me smile. I find it hard, it's hard to find a well, whatever, never mind. With the lights out, it's a dangerous. Here we are now, entertainers. I'm the stupid, and the dangerous. Here we are now, entertainers. I'm the light, and the mosquito, and the
Wow.
Roll.
Rock and roll. I love the smoke thing that was happening. That was that Dennis thing. Yeah, something like it. That was dynamite, man. That was not easy to do, obviously, for any band. Clearly, Tommy, you took the reins on that one and sort of said, I think I can pull that off, right? I mean, but you've done GNR, so I mean, this is nothing for you.
You know what? I never know if it's going to work. I go for it, and if it works, great. If not, whatever. But it's,
other than the vocals trying to follow what Kurt Cobain was doing.
Yeah, it's like
when he was stoned out of his head.
Well, not only that,
it's like, why isn't this working? It's like, we need more heroin.
I couldn't find any. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. No, you can't find heroin at this age. Nobody does it
Henry
anymore.
got us some.
Henry got us some.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, as long as Henry's got us covered, yeah, good. So and by the way, the lyrics on that song are just like, what? You ever read it? Like,
a little dark.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, a little dark is right. So here's a request, and you guys don't need to do it anytime soon. But when you guys did, you did Radar. No, you did Golden Earring a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone.
Can you guys do Radar Love?
Yes, I want to do it.
They want to do it. Yeah.
I have my track down already.
Yeah, he's retired. He just gives like, hey, I got 10 ahead of you. I'm like, it can work.
That's a request.
The problem with Radar Love is finding a song that's under 5 minutes.
Well, so you
not taking requests, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So you can do a version of that's under 5 minutes. I mean, because they got that whole 2.5 minute interlude there in the middle. Like,
that's the best part.
That's you gotta butcher the scratch track. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Granted, but I think you guys could figure that part out. And I just love when a guy I forgot who the singer's I don't remember the lead singer's name, but when he goes, "No more speed, I'm almost there." I love that. I love that.
Great, yeah.
No more speed, I'm almost there. No more radar, go!
Wow, man, look at you go! Whoa, go, Frank!
Woo!
Yeah,
Not bad for a 60-year-old.
Nice. On your birthday. Hashtag Beast Mode. Awesome. That was great.
All right, so
Loving it, babe. Loving it.
So thank you. So thank you in advance for doing that song for me in the next couple of months or so, whatever.
Absolutely.
Whenever you guys get around to
You
it.
got it. It's yours.
Kate, thank you very much for adding a little bit of, no offense, guys, a little bit of class to the occasion.
Class. Got a class to join up, didn't she? Yeah.
I love when people say, Thank you. I love when people say. I love when people say no offense, and then they follow it with something that's. Thank you guys. As always, you guys are dynamite, and we'll see you guys soon.
Always a pleasure, Frank. Happy birthday, buddy. All the best. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Hollywood. Hollywood. Hollywood.
Yeah, guys. What's up, bros?
Those guys are crazy.
I think they're. Is that the word they're using these days? Crazy? Yeah, that's.
You know what?
I think
you guys are like they're very thoroughly entertaining for sure.
No, they're exceptional musicians. They really are, and they're really cool guys.
Yep,
and
they seem.
it's always a pleasure to have them, and as it is for you too. You guys have always done a really nice job. Now that's Charles B. First of all, 2 T-shirts that I need to point out. The first one, Leslie, of course, the obvious.
Oh, yes, of course.
You look great in it, and there's a great looking T-shirt, and thank you for wearing it. Frankie says, "Relax." For anyone,
Frankie went to Hollywood a long time ago.
Well, so a lot of us know that because I mean, you reference that these days, and people are like, "What? Who? What?" You know, and you know, obviously,
Joe. Who's that?
Folks that get that whole Frankie say this, Frankie, that was the shirt. I mean,
yeah, it was.
Me being Frankie didn't exactly help.
That's right. That's why I wore it. I'm at the cutting edge of fashion.
Well, I was going to mention that. You are at the cutting edge of fashion. All right, so you've prepared a few songs. We're going to go do the one that Leslie sings first, which is a Bonnie Raitt song, I believe. Right? Help me out.
Yeah.
Here. Is that? Take us to. Yeah, help me out, Leslie. I mean,
it's Love Sneaking Up on You. I'm not Bonnie Raitt by any stretch of the imagination, but I dig Bonnie Raitt. Huh?
I said neither's Charles. I mean, let's face it.
Neither's Charlie, exactly. But we dug the song, and I think between the two of us, we made it work, and it was fun. It was fun to do.
Okay, so this is Love Sneaking Up on You, a Bonnie Raitt song done by Leslie and Charles. Hang out there, guys. We'll come right back to you guys.
Rainy night, I'm all alone, sitting here waiting for your voice on the phone. Fever turns to cold sweat, thinking about things we ain't done yet. Tell me now, I gotta know, do you feel the same? Do you just light up at the mention of my name? Don't worry, baby, ain't nothing new. That's just love sneaking up on you. The whole world is shaking, I do. That's just love speaking up on you. Hey, hey, hey. Nowhere on earth for hard to hide. Once love comes sneaking up on your blind side, you might as well try to stop the rain, stand in the track of a runaway train. Just can't fight it, good thing is meant to be, yeah. Come on, let's finish what you started with me, yeah. Don't worry, baby, ain't nothing new. That's just love sneaking up on you. The whole world's shaking, baby, feel like I do. That's just love sneaking up on you, hey, hey. I do. That's just love sneaking up on you. Hey, hey, don't worry, baby, ain't nothing new. That's just love sneaking up on you. The whole world's shaking, baby, I feel like I do. That's just love sneaking up on you.
There it is.
Jazz hands, yes. You did that when the camera was, you went jazz hands. It was.
That's right. Now we've got a new name now, Leslie. We forgot to.
Yes, that's right. Well, it in Charlie's, he agreed. We called ourselves Dame and the Dude.
And the Dude.
Dame and the Dude.
Dame.
Yes,
Dame
Charlie's the
Dude.
Dame and I'm the Dude.
Boy, look at that. I was just trying myself some time by asking it over to. I kept going, Dame and the Dude. That was just me typing. All right. Awesome,
love it.
Guys. I like it. Dame and the Dude. Thank you very much for what is it?
Money Rate.
Money Rate. I knew that. All right. So brings us to our next track. This is Charlie doing something by himself.
This is for you, Frank, and also for Leslie.
Leslie too. By the way, we should mention. Yes, it's my birthday, but it was your birthday yesterday, Leslie, and it was also also Alana Zabari's birthday yesterday. So Alana, if you're watching, happy birthday to you!
Oh, happy birthday, Alana!
Lots of birthdays happening.
Virgos.
That's exactly right.
No, wait, Frank, are you 33 or 60? I'm still trying to.
33. That's the.
You're 33.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've been 33.
I'm 20.
Well, we're all, we are what we feel, right?
That's true. How do you feel?
I'm not kidding here. In all honesty, I don't feel any differently than I did when I was 25. And
really?
In all honesty, and I can sincerely say that I've got the same sort of degree of, like even physically, yeah, I can still ride a bike and I can still run and I'm okay. I'm knocking on wood here because I know a lot of folks my age, not that I'm that old, but a lot of folks my age don't have that luxury, and so I'm happy to say I feel 25.
Wow.
I feel.
Then I'm definitely going downhill.
I feel the same way I felt at 20, but I felt like shit then too.
Charles, but you're like 25. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah, I'm right in that.
Actually, Charlie's turning a significant age. What, in 2 months?
No, 2 years and a year and 2 months. I'm only going to be 39.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Next year.
All right. So Charles, let's go ahead and do your.
This is for you.
Thank you very much, Charles, and this is
for you,
for myself and for Leslie and for all of us that shared a birthday this month. Here we go. This is Charles doing his thing. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Say it's your birthday. It's my birthday too, yeah. They say it's your birthday. We're gonna have a good time. I'm glad it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Chance. I would like you to dance. They say it's your birthday. It's my birthday too, yeah. They say it's your birthday. We're gonna have a good time. I'm glad it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. I would like you to dance. Ooh, take a cha-cha-cha chance. I would like you to dance. Hey, Frank and Leslie, it's my birthday too, yeah. They say it's your birthday. We're gonna have a good time. A BandSetter birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Frank. Happy birthday, Leslie. Happy birthday, anyone out there in BandSetter world who is celebrating one. Peace.
Oh, how fitting.
Birthday clown.
Yes, yes. I wanted to have a slide whistle while that clown was going around, but I just ran out of time.
That was Charles. In all honesty, first of all, thank you. In all honesty, that was a really nice rendition of that song. You know, honestly, I was waiting for you to go.
No, you know what? I started. I'm usually the one who does all the singing, and I started, and then Charlie started singing. I said, Charlie, this one is for you. This is yours.
Yeah,
He's the Beatles guy. He digs the Beatles. He did a phenomenal job, and I had so much fun watching him play it.
Oh, so you know what? My wife gave me a birthday card, and I should have brought it downstairs. It's a Beatles. It just says Beatles on the front, and it opens up. It's the four of them walking across Abbey Lane. Abbey Road, Abbey Lane.
Really?
Yeah, this is the coolest thing.
What a coincidence.
After the next break, I'll bring it out. Just keep watching the show. I'll show it to you. But anyway,
yeah, and I just had so much fun, just kind of like jamming with him, and he's very creative. He's like so on the fly. I was like, you just go for it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we decided to do that like blues version because at first I was doing it more like the record, but you really need drums to do like a full version. And I was like, I'm just going to do it like a slow birthday blues.
It's like the song Revolution. If you ever listen to
That's interesting you said that, because I said to Charlie, I said, why didn't you do the birthday song Revolution style? That's what because like, you know, you say you want a revolution. So he's like, I was like, go for it.
I'll never forget the first time, because I wasn't really, you know, all that sort of big of a Beatles fan when I was younger. And of course I'd heard the harder version of Revolution. And when I got the White Album and I heard that kind of acoustic, I was like, wow, why did they do that to that song type of thing? You know, turns out, you know, that was the way it was originally written, and they decided to sort of, you know, I don't know, change it a little bit. But anyway, Charles and Leslie, thank you again for
by the way, you know, I went onto YouTube and I saw kind of the beginnings of the Stamford musicians group back at the church. I saw Charlie Happy Life.
I
took one look at it and I was like, God, how this was like 4 or 5 years ago.
It seems
where
like
we are now. And I thought, you know what? It's funny. Everyone's talking about how they're getting back out there, you know, playing and stuff, you know, amongst the masses. And I think it's great, but don't ever lose this. This I really enjoy. I just think, you know, it's so funny because I actually think I find this to be more communal in a way than being out there, because a lot of people can't get out there, but they can do this.
Absolutely. And look, I've said this before, we're going to be here. I'll do this as long as people will have us, and eventually it's going to sort of peter out, like anything else. But you know what, until that day, who knows, whatever. But Charles, Leslie, thank you again. Really
Happy birthday, Frank.
Happy birthday back to you. Frank and Leslie.
Thank you very much, Charlie. Bye, Charlie.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, Mr. Ted Silverman from San Francisco, California. How you doing, buddy?
I'm deep in the fog and the smoke.
I hope you're staying safe.
I'm trying. It's been very odd.
Yeah,
to say the least.
I only read, and I have a sister-in-law that lives up in Sacramento, and she kind of reports back into me and tells me, what's happening there, But yeah, this must be a real trying time for the folks out west, and your friends and family out there.
I'm in true quarantine haircut style, and it's just insane. And the sky was like a Pink Floyd movie on Wednesday.
Yeah, I saw a photo you posted on your Facebook page. I was just like, is that real? What is happening?
Somebody said it was a Photoshop nipple.
Okay, well, this is a family-friendly show.
Sorry, they may not like one of my songs. Sorry.
Well, there you go. Yeah. This is why we.
It depends on what family you have.
Well, this is why we put Ted on much later in the show, because we know you work blue. I'm just kidding. So Ted, first of all, maybe it's just the angle or whatever, but your video shot looks a little foggy. With all due respect,
it's the air quality. Literally, hold on one second.
Jesus. All right, much better.
Is that better?
Yeah, it is. I just it didn't bother me. I was just mentioning that it was just like there was a certain haze to it, which I guess. Look, I'm not judgmental. It is what it is.
There's literally 200 air quality. It's really not healthy here.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So, what do you have for us this week? You've got. Let me just look up. Where are you? You're in here. Oh, you've got B Dream, and then you got the Weight. Weight of the Load, I think it's called.
This is a song. Both songs are original songs.
Okay.
The first is Blue Dream, and I live in California, and let's all be free and open about it. But it's a song about my favorite strain, and it has some interesting visual imagery. It also was recorded fully with my band, and it has a better treatment on our website, fogswamp.com. You can listen to 2 full albums of our music, and we're about to put out a 3rd album within the month.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so it's Blue Dream,
right?
It says Blue Dream Fast something. Am I reading that incorrectly? Is that the full name of the song? What's the name?
It's called Blue Dream.
Okay, there you go. I don't know why it says fast after. Okay, doesn't matter. This is Ted Silverman, San Francisco, California. Blue Dream. Here we go.
Fragrant
That was cool. That was cool. Really nice.
Thank you.
Were they all were they all names of strains? I mean, help me out.
The first part of it, the first 3 verses mention a few, but really it's just a song about feeling good.
Hey, you know what? We need more of those songs. We need more of those songs. So this is the card I was talking about earlier. I don't know if you caught the earlier conversation. So it's my birthday, as you know, and
yes, very happy
thank you very
birthday
much.
to
This
you.
is the Beatles card my wife got me, and check this out. Ready?
Excellent.
Watch this out. Check this out. Hang on, I'll do it this way.
Nice.
Isn't that
That's
awesome?
Yeah.
I'm trying to,
Hey, I gotta say, I've been watching the show literally for the past 2 hours, and I'm very sincerely entertained.
Okay.
It's been very good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
You're like Ted. You're like, unlike what I've said in the past, this time I'm really entertained.
I never said anything negative. I just think your community's awesome. Like everybody's putting out great stuff.
Well, first of all, coming from San Francisco and to hear someone from San Fran, who I think we all know is certainly historically been an amazing music community. For you to say that, we appreciate that. Thank you sincerely.
Yeah.
And that's nice of you to say. All right, so let's go ahead and play your next track here, which is the Way to Load. Okay, so this is also an original. Tell us a little bit.
This is one I wrote, I don't know, 15 or 20 years ago.
Okay.
It's just it's about self-reflection and where I am, and it's kind of a timeless lyrical message. It's also a little bit bluegrass,
okay,
chicken picking kind of stuff
I
like to do.
We do that around here. So, all right, so let's go ahead and play this. Ted Silverman, The Weight of the Load. Here we go, Ted.
It's a new way of looking at the same old thing, like the season changing from the winter to spring. Shot to the system so direct, makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck. Half of my life I've been stuck in this hole. Goldfish will only grow as big as a bone. I don't get going out on the road. I'm just gonna sing from the weight of the load. But there's a thin line on which my reputation state got a world of ideas that are all half-baked. Up on the low and I carry the crosses. Now I'm getting out and cutting my losses. Easy to chew, but tough to swallow. Ain't much of a leader, cause I'm hard to follow like a Zen master. So calmly I sit, contentedly sucking on society's tit. It's like digging a hole in a sand dune. Rain keeps pouring on in. The harder I shovel, the harder I dig. I'm no better than when I began. Jumping out of a fast car, the wheels spinning out of the land. I hit the ground running with all of my cunning, but I wind up back down in the sand. I'm the master of masterful in action. If you give me an inch, I'll just take a fraction. Bask in the shadows away from the sun. Surprised to doing nothing, never knowing I'm done. Half of my life I've been stuck in this hole. A goldfish will only grow as big as its bone. I don't get going out on the road. I'm just gonna sing from the weight of the It's a new way of looking at the same old thing, like the season changing from winter to spring. A shock to the system so direct, makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck. Half of my life I've been stuck in this hole. A goldfish will only grow as big as its bone. I don't get going out on the road. I'm just gonna sing from the weight of the boat. Just gonna sing from the weight of the
A little ragged, but
did you cut yourself off towards the end there? And you're
yeah,
like,
I guess I didn't edit too well.
That's all right, man. It sounded fun. That was awesome, man. I could see some folks in the green room doing this, because it's
Right
one
on.
of those songs that moves. It's just kind of like keeps you moving. That was awesome, man. I loved it.
It's tough to get these songs aired out because I don't have the head to hire a band, and it's hard to convince my band to play some of them. But we do what we can.
Well, you do it well. Just keep it up. Keep it up. You've been a great addition to the show. Thank you. Not just this time, but literally the last 5 or 6 times you've been on. And it's just it's always good.
All except for that very inauspicious beginning, but let's not talk about that.
Yeah, that was fun. It's a good story, right? It's like that was like Ted had in it. Just for those of you, we won't talk about it too much. We won't dwell on it. But Ted accidentally sent us the wrong takes of a couple of songs, and there was a couple of
there was a few French words in there.
Yeah. F, and I was like, okay, I don't know if that was part of the song, but it sounded good,
I learned the lesson right from the get-go, the quality control issue.
Well, Ted, it's always a pleasure to have you, man. Thanks again, and hopefully we'll see you in a couple of weeks when we do this again.
Thank you very much, Frank. Happy birthday. Enjoy.
Oh, yeah, and thank you very much, and stay safe. I mean, I know it's a little hairy out there at the moment, so kind of wishing you and your family well.
Thank you very much, and best to all your community. I'm really entertained by it all. Thank you so much.
Thank you again. Ted Silverman, San Francisco, California. Bye-bye, guys. Mr. Eric Rabaska, Mr. Light Warriors himself, has made his way to our show. First time in about a month and a half or so, 6 weeks or so, ballpark? Am I off base?
Yeah, no, I'd say probably 4 weeks. Sorry for being so late.
Okay.
Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. I'm really
Well, thank you very much. By the way, having trouble hearing you a little bit. I'm not sure if your mic is nearby or something. You can maybe adjust that somehow. Or you'll just have to shout.
I will shout. How's that?
Okay, just shout. That's cool. Shout. Bring it on. So first of all, welcome back. It's a pleasure to see you. And I follow you on Facebook. I think you know that. I know that you are very heavily invested in some of the social issues that are going on, as many of us are, and we're all watching. We're all sort of you are an active voice. I see you continuing to I guess what's the word? Continue the dialogue, essentially, which I like. Very often we live in a world of sound bites. We live in a world of this is today's issue, and then tomorrow's issue is a different issue altogether. And so kudos to you and also your fan group for continuing the dialogue, which is so richly deserved. And so at the end of the day, I know that what we're going to play is a song that you did sort of in honor of June 16th, or I'm sorry, June 19th, excuse me, right? Juneteenth. Thank you. And so tell us a little bit about the song, what video we're watching, because I think it was prepared for for another either was a fundraising event, or help me out here a little bit.
Yeah, it was actually Ted was talking about the quality of the show. I think I'm going to bring down the quality with this video because it's not a perfect video. But
I doubt it. I watched it, so I doubt it.
Okay, all right, cool. Well, I'm going to pass your test because we re-recorded it this weekend. Anyway, the impetus to release it on Juneteenth was to raise funds and kind of take advantage of the holiday, given all that was going on with Black Lives Matter at that moment and some of the social justice issues. And regardless of where you fall on that spectrum, my band is an interracial band, and we feel pretty strongly about trying to raise funds for 2 organizations at that time. One of them, I think everybody knows, the NAACP and the work that they've been doing. Their legal defense fund, is extremely helpful for issues of social justice. And the other organization is called the Brotherhood Sister Soul, and they work with young people in the cities who are disadvantaged, and they mentor them and teach them about public social discourse, about writing, about doing community work. And they're even in times of COVID right now, that organization is delivering food to people in need, because the school systems would sometimes provide food for disadvantaged children. So
Right.
yeah, we're two really good organizations. So we raised some money, and that was a really positive experience. We decided to release it on Juneteenth just because the holiday is, celebrating the end of slavery, and it was a really positive effect for everybody. So then we tried to make a video. I got called by a friend of mine named Pato Banton, and if you don't know who he is, he's international reggae star. Believe it or not, I think we've talked about this, but I used to be in a reggae band back in like 2003, 4, and 5. And so I met, a lot of folks on the circuit. And Pato is just really kind, giving, and generous soul. And he's doing a tremendous amount of social work, not just about racial justice, but just about inequality and, wealth disparity. And he's just involved in everything. He's a very spiritual person as well.
Wow.
So he called me up because he got involved with an organization called the Charter for Compassion, and they were doing a fundraiser. So we didn't quite make the deadline with this video. My perfectionism on the video didn't quite meet the standards, and the deadline passed. But I figured it would be kind of fun for people to see, who the band is, and because it's usually just me on your show with a guitar. So I wanted to present another face for everybody.
Yep.
And apologies for any.
Well, first of all, again, I did see it. Now, again, we're having trouble with your audio. I can hear you, but I'm listening very intently. So I don't know if you want to maybe pop out and come right back in. We're going to go ahead and play the video first, and then we'll come right back to you, Eric. And again, we'll try to resolve this. But thank you for that. And so this is Light Warriors doing one. This is in celebration of Juneteenth. And for some very noble causes that this supported. So here we go, and hang in there with us, Eric. And actually, if you wouldn't mind, just pop out and come right back in, and we'll reconnect on the backside. Here we go.
Let your breath flow like water. Drink in the nourishment so balance don't falter. Walk in creation as all God's on your altar. Like rocks of Gibraltar, we stand strong yet softer. We foster upgrades, reprogram your DNA. Shine light in your airways, release you from your learned ways. We see you hardened by swordplay as we decode the haze. When lost in the maze, we help you climb towards volume of unity. Divine light shining individually, collectively transforming community. Peace in our human family. Listen, hear the wailing of the ancients. It's cellular memory emitting purity over hatred, embodying patience over billions of years. When living like a vagrant, spirits in arrears. Fear is what the governments are peddling. They're in your face, they're in your ears, that misguided meddling. Settling, our love's continually spreading to all corners of the earth. Foundations are settling. Volume of unity. Divine light shining individually, collectively transforming community. Peace in our human family. Volume of unity. Divine light shining individually, collectively transforming community. Peace in our human family.
One love, one growth, as above, so below. Feel the pain in my soul, the red pill dissolve. Organized, no matter the cost. Politicians start wars, they don't fight, they send the poor. And nothing lasts forever as long as we stay together. Give hell to the masses, watch the unity rapture. This is for the kids and the culture. It's one love, one growth, one light, light warriors.
Volume of unity. Divine light shining individually, collectively transforming community. Peace in our human family. Volume of unity. Divine light shining individually, collectively transforming transforming community. Peace in our human family. Volume of unity. My light shining in the picture. Collectively transforming community. Peace in our human family.
That was awesome, man. I was seriously. Now, can you go ahead and if you wouldn't mind?
Thank you.
Speaking.
All right.
There you go. We can actually hear you. I had no idea what was causing that earlier, but that first of all, thank you. That was terrific, and you know you're so humble. You're like, oh, I hope I don't bring down the show. Like you're not gonna bring down the show with that. That was a work of art. Are you kidding me? Thank you. It was awesome. It was awesome. By the way, I've gotten to know a little bit. I'm not super close with him, but I ride bikes with Angel on occasion, and he's a cool dude. He's a real cool dude, man. You're fortunate to hang out with cool folks.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that's half the battle. You've been in bands, right? I've been in bands. Like, you know, you can only hope to hang out with folks that you connect with, right? And hopefully you have a band in perpetuity of something that lasts 5 or 10 years, you know, and you know, that's not always the case so it's a rare occasion that occurs. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Truer words never spoken. I think I've had, since I started Light Warriors 5 years ago, probably like 40 people in and out of this band. I mean, there were gigs where I was doing the gun for hire and people would cancel on me like the night before and I'd have to scramble to get somebody and no rehearsal, you know, and just, I played with amazing musicians, but man, that was extremely stressful. There was one, when I released Rise Above as a single off the last record in 2017, I had a series of shows in New York City in and around. We did So Far Sounds, we did a single release party, and then we did something in Brooklyn. And this dude just canceled on me like the Thursday, and we were doing Friday, and 2 shows on Saturday. And I was just like, come on, man. You know, so that shit like that just drives me crazy.
What instrument did he play?
I'm sorry? Yeah, he was bass. He was the bass.
That's not a good instrument to have. He sort of bow out on you the night before. Like, wait, you are literally the part that keeps it all together. Like,
exactly. And so what's interesting about Angel on bass is that he came around at a time that I was thinking about giving up the band and just going solo acoustic.
Wow.
And he gave me life again for this band. And it's been really exciting. You know, the other guys, Steven on drums, Jamar on percussion, and Chris on sax and percussion, and Karen on keyboards. Karen's the latest addition, and of course Liz on the vocal. Liz is actually going to Oxford to study ethnomusicology in overseas, so we're going to be without her for the year, unfortunately. But thankfully, we all got together earlier this year, pre-COVID lockdown, and did a whole bunch of recordings that we're working on some new material. One is one of those that came out of that, and we've got other things in the works. So hopefully finishing up an album before the end of the year, get that out next year at some point to everybody.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have you, Eric. I know we had a little bit of a audio kind of thing happening earlier, but I'm glad we got it back on track. And it's always a pleasure not only to hear and see you, but to listen to some of the stuff that you're putting out. You know, I'm a huge fan. I've said that before. I don't have to sort of beat that with a.
I appreciate you, man. I can't thank you enough for all the opportunities and just doing what you do. You do such a great job with the show. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for saying that. And, we'll look forward to hopefully seeing you either next, I don't know, maybe next time, maybe the time after, but whenever it is, whatever works to your schedule, I'd love to have you back.
Oh, definitely. Lots in the works, and I look forward to sharing it with everybody. Thanks so much again, Frank. And happy birthday, man. I hope you're having a great night.
I am having an excellent night. I can't think, I posted this. I can't think of a better way to sort of spend your birthday, really, just to kind of hang out and
doing your thing, right?
Absolutely, man. So
I've actually, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I've actually rewritten the happy birthday song to do it dance hall reggae style. So I'll record that for you and send it to you, and post it on your wall.
I love it, man. Thank you, Eric.
All right,
Eric, Light Warriors. See you soon, man.
All right, peace out, bro. Bye.
All right. Always a pleasure. And if if you had trouble hearing him earlier, just do yourself a favor, replay that, and just crank your your audio in that, because he was certainly on point and always as always poignant. And it's just a real deal. I mean, he's always a voice that I respect, and a voice that I look forward to hearing from. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring on another voice who is always a pleasure. And this gentleman is wearing, you can see it, a Stanford musician. You got it. You sent me. I mailed it like a week ago. Rick's like, "Hey, were you ever going to get around to mailing my shirt?" I'm like, dude, it should have been there like I mailed it, I think, Tuesday. It should have been there like Wednesday, because you're in Greenwich, right? So for whatever reason, it took 4 days, but whatever. Listen, I'm glad you got it, Rick. You look good in it, as always. Hey,
and it is very comfortable.
Another thank you again. We did that video together a couple of weeks ago, which was Atlantic City, which was the band's version of that song, and Rick played the mandolin, which is the opening instrument. And without that opening portion, and not only that, but the flavor of the mandolin throughout the entire song, it really would not have had the same flavor. So thank you, Rick, for working with
a lot of fun.
Tony, with Ed Train, and with who else? Oh, we have Dave Platt. I'm sorry, I'm like, who else was on that? Dave Platt, of course. Dave was the first person who actually got back to me with his bass line and everything. He made the whole song work. So awesome.
I had to learn how to play the mandolin first.
You're like, wait, I don't play mandolin. What makes you think
seriously when I said yes?
Well, wait a second. I thought you and John I thought you played mandolin with John. And
no, I play guitar.
Oh, so here I am.
No, I mean, I do have a mandolin, and I started messing with it, and then you put it down and go to your main instrument for 8 months, and I mean,
well,
I played a little bit, but I had to learn everything to do that, and I just watched the videos. And
well, then double thank you, because I didn't know that aspect.
That's why it took me a little longer.
No, you did. You hit it out of the park. I mean, so thank you again for that. And I've gotten so many compliments on that video. Just not just collectively. I think we all came together really.
Your voice was perfect. I thought right away the click track you gave us singing, it sounded great then, and I think you sing that song really well.
Well, thank you for that.
And it was a lot of fun. Best production I've ever been a part of, that's for sure.
Well, so you sent in something a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get to it then, but we are going to play it this evening. And this is really heartfelt. I mean, take us through what this is. I understand it, but tell the audience.
I wrote a song for my 25th anniversary, which I never played for my wife because I wanted to do a slideshow with it.
Okay.
And so 5 years later, I had the time to do the slideshow, and I put them both together, and we celebrated our 30th. We've been saving to go to Italy since our 15th, and business or something always came up, and we've never gone. So we had an Italian dinner, and I mowed Happy 30th in the lawn, and did the slideshow for her. And that's where we met Barbara Chino, because she hired a band for her and I and one other couple who's also celebrating their 30th. So we had 4 people and 2 people in a private band. It was the greatest time, and it was so much fun.
Oh, that is so cool. It's
we even danced, and Barbara can sing in Italian and French, English. I mean, it was really a lot of fun.
So what we're going to see here is essentially an ode to your wife, and you're essentially in honor of your 30th anniversary.
We've been in this house the whole time, pretty much, except for maybe a year. So it shows the house when we started and where it is now. Was in the construction industry. We've been building it for 30 years. So
that's great.
Changing it and our kids growing up, so it is personal. But I wrote the song and just tried to match it to. I don't do a lot of this. And
well,
pictures.
And first of all, when you talk about building houses and sort of the elements that go into building houses and how it changes, metaphorically, clearly, this is life. It defines life really in a lot of ways, right? Like we all go through life and we have sort of goals and ambitions and all that stuff. And then like real life gets in the way, and sometimes you put things on hold, and other times you sort of, you kind of finish the whatever it is job that you're attempting to do, and sometimes, but hopefully by the end of the time, the end of the 30 or 40 or 50 years that you're end up in that house, you get it right, and or at least comfortable enough that you can live there another 50 years. So this is certainly a nice sentiment and a really beautiful video. So let's go ahead and play it. This is Rick Crossman and this
Sunsets of Our Lives is the name of the song.
Okay, here we go. This is Rick Crossman. Thank you very much, Rick. And hang out. We'll come right back to you.
Timber and I settled down in a little old rundown beach shack. Insulation was scarce and the roof would just have to pass. There was a lot of work to do, as there always is, to build that what lasts. At the end of the day we turn and wonder, where did it all go so fast? West facing when all is right, the tide would rise sparkling in the sun. On a good day with the weather in line, living here would be so much fun. And with children filling the yard, running and jumping and singing their sweet songs, we'd look around as the sun went down, know how far together we've come. The sunsets of our lives mark the end of another day gone by. With you by my side, I know tomorrow's sun is gonna shine. Things never look sweet on the other side of town. With you in my life, there's nothing I haven't found. In 92 flood waters rose, 6 months old was a little first one. Living on the waterfront at times gets tougher than you are. But we put it back together, we built into a place where we could live. With a fallen pine for a Christmas tree, we saw how Mother Nature takes and gives. The sunsets of our lives mark the end of another day gone by. With you by my side, I know tomorrow's sun is gonna shine. Things never look sweet on the other side of town. With you in my life, there's nothing I haven't found. Kids have grown, leaving us alone, seeking their own place in the sun. They've seen 30 years of marriage, more good than bad, it's been a good run. And I think they know what matters most is not where but how two can live. Family, friends, and the neighbors next door is all that matters when the setting sun is dim. Sunsets of our lives mark the end of another day gone by. With and things never look sweet on the other side of town. With you in my life, there's nothing I haven't found. With you in my life, I know there's nothing I haven't found.
You know, there's an old saying: "There's no greater triumph than a life lived well." So, kudos, Rick. I mean, that was a really nice testament to your 30 years, and your family looks great. I mean, God bless, man.
Well,
That was
thank
awesome.
you. Yeah, it's personal, but
Yep.
it was fun to do, and I guess I realized I wrote the last verse of that song for this anniversary.
Right. Hey, that's fine. Yeah. Right.
Watching it again, I don't watch it that much, so.
So yeah, we've all been there. You spend about a month putting it all together, and you're just tired of it after a while. But that was pretty, and it really was. I'm glad we were able to show it this evening, and thank you for indulging us, because we were gonna do it I think several weeks ago, but then we were like, oh no, we're kind of squeezing it. We want to kind of do it right. So
No, you're fine with me, Frank. You're doing a great job. I hope you're having a great birthday.
yeah, I am. This is all we can ask for, right?
I don't even think I was in a hurry for the T-shirt, as you said. I might have been, but I'm pretty patient about this. Glad to participate whenever that is.
Well, I have a text from you saying, "Where the hell's my T-shirt?"
That doesn't say hell.
Yeah, no, like where the explanation.
I really was asking to see if I really remembered to ask you for one.
Well, thank you again.
I had to check and see if I paid for it.
Yeah, well, you did. Well, thank you again. I really do appreciate it. And as I've said to every person that's worn the T-shirt on the show, you look great in it. I mean, it just makes
right.
And it's not really the T-shirt itself that makes you cool. It's the fact that you bought one that makes you cool.
There you go.
It's right.
Well,
I mean,
almost 1,000 members. Are we at 1,000 yet?
We're not at 1,000 just yet, but we'll get there before long.
More of an audience to market your. The baseball hats are what I'm really waiting for.
Right. Well, that's on deck.
Embroidered, the one with the embroidered logo on there and everything. Yeah, that'll be
one day. You'll see. Rick, as always, a pleasure to see you. Pleasure to have you on. And hopefully we'll be able to do something together before long.
I want to mention Eric. I've never met Eric, but boy, do I love what he does, and I get to see him on your show, and he's really good.
He came to. He was part of our showcase one night. We did a songwriter showcase. He was one of the 4 individuals that were on the panel. I think I was with him. It was myself. I'm not sure who else was there that night, but it was he's a terrific guy. I mean, really an extraordinarily intelligent guy, very very thoughtful, and has like that's all you can ask for in somebody that has strong convictions and someone that can articulate them. So he's always been that way, and his songwriting is exceptional. It's really really one of the
it's good
in the area. Yeah. So
the guy before him too is good. I mean, it's getting nice. It's fun to watch.
That was Ted Silverman from California, San Francisco, California. We throw that out only because he's not a Stanford guy, but he is native to the area. He's a friend of a friend, and my buddy Richard was like, "Oh, you got Ted, my good friend Ted. He's really really good. You should hear him." And I'm like, "Yeah, I've known about him for years, and he was agreeable to come on the show, and he's always a really fun guy to check in with, and he's also extraordinarily talented." So anyhow, hey Rick, thank you again. Really do appreciate it. And
one quick plug: Fiddler and I are at Chez Vous Bistro Friday night.
Oh, that's right. How did that go? By the way, I like that. I like that place a lot.
We're outside, so the street's noisy, but we have a PA, and we have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
really it's a lot of activity on a Friday night in that corner.
So this coming Friday night, what time do you guys start?
We're going to start around 6:30, 6:45.
Okay.
We start early because he feels the crowds early on that night.
So it's my wife's birthday that night. And she's not one. With all this COVID, she's not one to go out very often. and I share her opinion of this. I mean, we got to be careful, but that being said, that's an area we go to a lot. So if I can somehow figure out a way to sort of convince her to get out there, that's we go to Lucky's a lot, we go to Guillen a lot, we've been to Chez Vous a few times. It's a good spot, and so you know what, and that's a hopping area even with COVID.
Oh, there's a lot of activity there, and it's fun to just be out on the sidewalk watching it as we play. Really, I mean,
absolutely. So that would be a lot of fun. So all right, so that's this Friday night, 6:30, Chez Vous in downtown Stamford. Rick Crossman and John the Fiddler.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Good.
Rick, thank you again. Really appreciate you being on, and we'll see you soon, man.
And happy birthday again.
Thank you.
All
again.
right.
Take care, buddy. Mr. John Surrett, long time no see, my friend. How you doing?
That's bad. Happy birthday, Frank.
Man, are you getting bigger, or is it me? Every time you just have this kind of like, I think you just came from working out. Is that the deal?
Yeah, I was supposed to, but I worked out a little bit earlier. I wake up. I try to wake up at 5 a.m. to work out, and then I do jiu-jitsu at 6 a.m.
Show off. All right. I'm like, yeah, me too. Right. So, John, you're always a pleasure to have on. You and I have similar musical tastes. Whenever you submit a song, it's something that either I've known or I've gotten to know, type of thing. And at the end of the day, always relatively unique. You're not, generally speaking, I mean, on occasion you'll do a classic rock tune, but this time around you sent in one song that I don't think I see anybody. Not a lot of people do Dave Matthews, so the fact that you attempt it is really cool in and of itself. Especially a song like 41, which is it has so many layers to it. So to see someone do it just on acoustic guitar is really fun to watch. But the second one was really like, oh my goodness. How did you know? I mean, Chris Cornell. I don't even think Chris Cornell ever even put out that track. I'm not 100% sure. He must have put it out because you obviously learned it. But I thought it was one of those tracks that like was recorded by Chris Cornell but never actually released. Maybe I'm wrong about that. We can talk about that. Actually, let's play it first because it's called "Cleaning My Gun." I mean, I don't know how many folks know. Help me out here. Did he ever release that?
I'm not sure. I saw him a couple times in Ridgefield.
Okay.
At the Chris Cornell songbook where it's just him and his guitar.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. And he played it both times. So
okay.
I only saw it there, and but I liked it a lot. So
I mean, it's an insanely beautiful song and everything. I mean, look, everything he's done. I'm a huge Chris Cornell fan. I didn't know if he ever put out "Cleaning My Gun." I think it might have been released, but it was definitely something that was in the works that he always played out. It was kind of very reminiscent of a lot of like Grateful Dead songs or Fish songs that have been around for 20 years but never really released in an actual produced album. So this is gonna go. Why don't we go ahead and play this first, because it really just, again, it's a touching song, and again, not a lot of folks do it. This is John Surrett doing "Cleaning My Gun." This is a Chris Cornell song, and if you like what John did with it, check out what Chris does with it.
Yeah,
and, yeah, right. I mean, because he does. I think you bring the. I think he does his original keys like 3 keys up or something.
yeah, I can't sing it like him. So yeah, I just tried to do my best. That's all.
You did a beautiful job, and that's no slight to any one of us that we can't sing like Chris Cornell, it turns out. Anyway, here we go. This is John Surrett, "Cleaning My Gun," a Chris Cornell song. Here we go.
Stamford Musicians Group, hello. First and foremost, happy birthday to Frank. Let's see, I'll sing a cover here. My words handy dandy over there in case I forget. We start. Gently, you and I went
I know it ain't me that you're dreaming of. Mama always told me love would save me from myself. Daddy always told me love will take me straight to hell. Sometimes they were right, yeah, sometimes they were so wrong. I'm cleaning my gun, cleaning my gun. Heaven or hell takes this life, I'll be done. Thanks.
Yeah, I almost forgot to add us back on. That was great, man. I love that. That was awesome.
Yeah, sorry I messed up that part there, but
That's all right. It's all in the live performance. That's what it's all about.
yeah.
I was listening to. I had heard that song so many times before, but I hadn't heard it really in a long time. And when you played it, and I was watching your video, I went back and watched Chris Cornell do it, and I'll tell you, like he first of all, you have some of his inflections, so God bless. That was not easy to do, and he just does such a beautiful job in terms of his ability to write songs, but you did a nice job covering it as well. So the next one is Dave Matthews, a song called 41, which I presume is the 41st song he wrote.
I think so. Yeah.
That's all I can, some of his songs are just numbers. So I think you'll recognize it because I always forget which 141 is until you hear the first riff and you go, oh, I know this song. So I think you'll recognize it if you're a Dave fan. So let's sit back and listen to John Surrett doing DMB or Dave, number 41. Here we go.
Come and see, I swear by now I'm playing time against my trouble zone. I'm coming slow.
Yeah. Man, I'll tell you, man, I love that. It was great. Hey, I don't know if you've, I mean, I don't know how many times you've seen Dave live. Help me out here. How many times have you seen him live?
Maybe twice.
Okay, so I'll tell you a real quick story about that song, actually. And I'm at Giant Stadium. This is, I'm gonna guess 2002, maybe 2003. I mean, it was years ago. And the entire night there was just this storm brewing. You can tell we're outdoors. There's 80,000 people packed into the stadium, and there's definitely a storm brewing. And I have to say it's one of my best overall concert experiences, because there was so much going on at the time. Not only was the music playing beautifully, and not only was he doing his thing, but the storm, you can clearly see that crowds were gonna, they were going to conspire against us, right? But also people were smoking weed, as you can imagine, right? And so you had the sense of everything around you. And then there were all these, relatively younger, much more attractive than me, folks that are kind of hanging out in doing their thing. And so the scene was perfect. It really was. And he's doing the song, and if you ever listen to the live version of that, or actually the recorded version, he does that. At one point, he just literally he belts it out. He goes, he kind of really brings it to a crescendo. Right at that moment, he's like, and the minute he freaking shouts that big, tremendous vocal shout that he does, the heavens open. I mean, and it starts pouring. And I was just like, and I turned to my buddies and I was like, this is surreal. This is absolutely surreal. One of the greatest single concert moments ever, and that was that song. And so thank you for allowing me to recall that, because it's been a while since I've thought about that.
Nice. Yeah, that was my friend Mike and Amy's wedding song. And they were going to go to the concert at night to see him. And they were outside of the concert venue and getting some pictures taken in a field. And Dave Matthews started playing that song to practice.
Oh, wow.
And they danced to it in the field. Yeah, wow. So it's pretty cool
That's sweet.
Neat thing. Yeah.
I love that. John, this is great, man. Again, always a pleasure to see you. And hopefully next time we'll have Rachel join us.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
She's
working on some new songs. She just discovered some of these. I don't even know the name of these groups, to be honest. They're young groups, but she's working on some new songs.
It's all good as far as we're concerned, and we'd love to have her back. John and Rachel is John's. I don't know, what is she? 8-9-year-old daughter. 8-year-old daughter. She was on the show a couple months ago, and she did a beautiful rendition of a song, and so we'd love to have her back. But John, I also recognize that you pretty much you start your day pretty early, so we appreciate you hanging in there with us as late as you have. And next time around, you tell me what time works best for you, and we'll go ahead and make that happen. All right.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, thanks very much, and I hope you had an excellent birthday.
Well, I did, John, and thank you. You were part of it, so thanks again.
All right, thank you.
Take care, brother. All right, John Surratt, everybody. Okay, we are almost done. We've got one more video to show. Unfortunately, Mike Baumwell, who's usually on the show in person, was not able to log in tonight, but we want to go ahead and play his video because it really was an excellent video, and I think people should see it. I think it's already been shown on Ed Train's show, and so if you had a chance to see it, then you'll recognize it. If you didn't have a chance to see it, you'll see it for the first time. This is actually a Sharon Jones song, and we'll go ahead and let Mike and crew go ahead and take this over and hang out. We'll be right back.
You see, you've been getting on so good, so proper for so long. No, you never hurt me. No, you never gone and done me wrong. I know that something ain't just no good, but you always do exactly what you should, so let me I don't wanna hurt you, but I got to do right by myself. You make me happy, but you give me thrills. You give me comfort, but you give me chills. So tell me, how do I let a good man down? How do I let a good man but I'm on a gamble, and I bet that this ain't just no thing. I can't have my cake and eat it too, so I gotta get up and walk out on you. Oh, tell me, how do I let a good man down? How do I let a good man down? Oh, how do I let him down? Tell me how. Tell me how. How do I let him down? Oh, how do I let him down? Tell me how. How do I let him down? Oh, how do I let him down? Tell me how. How do I let him down? Tell me how. How do I let him down? Tell me how.
Wow, that was awesome. That was obviously Holly and Heidi and Carl and just Ed and just a bunch of others that were just tremendous musicians. And I'm glad. I'm sorry that Mike wasn't able to join us this evening. He could certainly have told us a little bit more about that. It was a Sharon Jones tune called "How Do I Let a Good Man Down." So that is it for the evening. And so I thank you again from the bottom of my heart to all of you that joined us this evening. It's always a pleasure to do this. We have, just in the order of folks that are performed this evening, Barbara Ochino. Thank you, Barbara. Did a couple of songs for us. Adam Lipman and Alex, his buddy Alex, who are playing this Friday night. Check them out if you're interested. They're playing in Norwalk. Steve Avidable, have not seen Steve before on the show. This was his first time, and hopefully not his last time. Hopefully he'll join us again. Steve's a great guy, great musician as well. Laura Bzelik, always a pleasure to have Laura, and hopefully we'll see her again next time as well. Matt McDonald did a few songs for us, as always. Did just some tremendous renditions of a few tunes. The wind-up featuring Nick and Gio and Pat, they actually all came on this evening, and look for more from them. They are exceptional local band, just really nice, unique sound as well. Then we had Tony Ryder, Tony doing one of his originals for us, and then he and I collectively did Won't Back Down, a song by Tom Petty. We did a little bit slower, but all in all, a good effort, and very proud of it. Then we had Alt ID, those guys. That's everyone, Dennis, Tommy, Joey, Hank, and then we also had Kate join us this evening. So Kate, thank you for being part of that and classing the joint up, as we said. So then we had Leslie and Charles. Leslie and Charles always doing some really beautiful renditions of tunes. Ted Silverman from San Francisco, California, fighting the smog and fighting all the smoke and all the wildfires, etc. out there. Ted came through with another couple of his own originals. Then Eric Rabaska, Light Warriors, hadn't been here in a couple weeks. And so it was great to see him again. We had trouble with his audio on the front end, but then we could hear him perfectly when he came back. And hopefully we'll have him join us again in the next couple of weeks or so to sort of clue us in on what he's working on, etc. Then Rick Crossman with a very touching video, an ode to his marriage, to his beautiful wife Kimberly and his family, and kind of raising, drawing a very nice metaphor to raising his family in some of the words and the lyrics of that song having to do with building houses and all that sort of thing. So that was Rick. And then finally, John Surrett with a couple of tunes, one from DMB and one from Chris Cornell. And then we ended the evening with, as we just mentioned, Mike Baumwell and his gang, the folks that we've become very familiar with over the last X amount of months. He continues to put out top quality product. And again, I'm hoping that Mike will join us next time and sort of give us his insights on some of this stuff. But so that does it for me. I want to thank again all of you for wishing me well on my birthday. I was happy to be here this evening. I personally don't know where else I'd rather be, with my family, hanging out, and with you guys. So thanks for that. Again, if you have a chance, check out the Facebook Stamford Musicians Group Facebook part. The announcement part on the top there is a charity that I'm hoping we can all support, and that's Music Cares. And sort of, I just used my birthday as sort of an excuse to say, hey, I'm just going to raise some funds if we can, kind of put our resources together and help out those folks that need our assistance. And so until next time, I thank you again for joining me, and I wish you guys much love and what's the word? Much safety and much wellness. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. But in the words of John Prine, I will say good evening with yummy, yummy, yummy. I got love in my tummy. Have a good evening.